Good morning, children. Welcome to the biology classroom of Standard 6th. Our topic today is the respiratory system, part 2. Let's take a quick look into the learning objectives. At the end of this lesson, the students will be able to understand the process of breathing and respiration, understand the mechanism of breathing, identify the common respiratory diseases, differentiate between breathing and respiration. What is respiration? All living organisms need energy for various physical and metabolic activities. This energy comes from food. The glucose in the absorbed food combines with oxygen to produce carbon dioxide, water, and energy. This process is known as respiration. The body gets enough oxygen through breathing, and this oxygen is utilized to break down glucose into carbon dioxide, water, and energy. The process of taking in oxygen while breathing is called inhalation. The process of giving out carbon dioxide during breathing is called exhalation. The oxygen is used by our cells to break down glucose and release energy during the process of respiration. Parts of the respiratory system. The path through which the air travels to the lungs and back to the atmosphere is called the respiratory tract. It comprises of nose, pharynx, larynx, trachea, and lungs. The air enters the body through the nasal cavity or the nose and moves on to the pharynx. From pharynx, the air enters the larynx, which is also known as the voice box. From larynx, the air passes on to the trachea, which is also known as windpipe. The trachea is divided into two bronchi, which enters left lung and right lung to divide and redivide into smaller branches known as bronchioles. At the end of each bronchiole, there is an air sac, which is known as alveolus. The plural is alveoli. Diaphragm is a flexible sheet of muscle which separates the chest cavity from the abdominal cavity. Mechanism of breathing. The process of taking in oxygen-rich air and giving out carbon dioxide-rich air through our nose is called breathing. It involves two processes, inhalation and exhalation. Inhalation. It is the process of taking in oxygen during breathing. Due to taking in of oxygen, the lungs inflate and increase in size. During inhalation, the diaphragm below the lungs contracts and becomes flat. The ribs move upwards and outwards. This expands the rib cage, increasing the space inside the chest cavity to accommodate the inflated lungs. As the volume of the chest cavity increases, the air pressure in it decreases and hence air is drawn into the lungs. Exhalation. It is the process of giving out carbon dioxide during breathing. During this process, the diaphragm expands and moves up to its original dome-shaped position. The ribs move downwards and inwards. The space inside the chest cavity decreases and the air pressure increases. Thus, the carbon dioxide-rich air is pushed out of the lungs and given out through the nose. This slide tells us about the differences between inhalation and exhalation. During inhalation, lungs expand, diaphragm moves down, ribcage moves up and outwards, while during exhalation, ribcage moves down and inwards, lungs get smaller, and the diaphragm moves up and goes back to its original dome-shaped position. Differences between breathing and respiration. Breathing is a mechanical process of inhaling oxygen and exhaling carbon dioxide, while respiration is a process in which oxidation of glucose takes place to release carbon dioxide, water, and energy. Breathing takes place outside the cells, respiration takes place inside the cells. During breathing, no energy is released. During respiration, energy is released and stored in the form of ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate. Breathing is a physical process, but respiration is a chemical process. Common respiratory diseases. The disorders associated with the respiratory system affect the organs of respiration, such as nasal cavity, lungs, bronchioles, and pharynx. Different respiratory diseases have different symptoms. We must consult a doctor and take medicines if these symptoms persist for a long time. Some of the common respiratory diseases which we are going to discuss here are asthma, bronchitis, pneumonia, and tuberculosis. This chart shows you the different kinds of respiratory diseases, their symptoms, causes, and treatment. Asthma. Symptoms: wheezing, coughing, chest tightness, and trouble in breathing. Cause: air pollution and allergens. Treatment: inhalation of medicines that are bronchodilators. Bronchitis: breathlessness and coughing up mucus, shortness of breath. Virus, air pollution, and smoking are the causes. Treatment: drink plenty of fluids, eat balanced diet, wash hands frequently, and take medicines as per the advice of the doctor. Pneumonia. Symptoms are dry cough, continuous spells of coughing, chest pain, chills, and high fever. Causes: bacteria inhaled through air. Treatment: antibiotics. Tuberculosis. Symptoms: persistent cough, blood-containing sputum, weight loss, chest pain, and afternoon fever. Cause: bacteria spread by air or droplet infection. Treatment is BCG vaccine and antibiotics. Children, let's do a quick recap by answering the following questions. These are some fill in the blanks, and we'll have to fill in the gaps with appropriate words. The next slide will give you the answer key to these questions so that you can correct your answers. Here is the answer key. Oxidation of food to release energy is called respiration. Energy released during respiration is stored in the form of ATP or adenosine triphosphate. Breathing is a physical process, whereas respiration is a chemical process. Tuberculosis is caused due to bacterial infection. Bronchitis is caused due to viral infection. Dear students, we hope you enjoyed this online session as much as we enjoyed making it for you. A written assignment of this lesson will be uploaded. You may do the assignment in any notebook, project sheet, or Fullscape sheet as per your convenience. Thank you, children. Have a nice day.